All right. Well, it is 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock. It's Friday. So good to see so many familiar faces. I'm so excited that we are back to DFW Museum Ed Roundtable-ing. I can make that into a verb. I have missed seeing all of you guys in the last year plus since we last met. And I'm really excited that you guys have been able to make time today in all of our busy schedules and important museum work to meet together today. So we have a couple of great plans. While we get started doing some introductions just of everyone who's joining in today, for anybody who has not filled out the registration link, I'm putting it in the chat. If you could go ahead and do that still, even though you're on the call, it'll help us during the breakout rooms figure out who's going into which room. So you can take a quick second and fill out the it's like 4 questions survey. It'll help us put everybody in the right place based on your interest in brainstorming today. So let's get started doing introductions. I can just be the ringmaster if that helps put everybody, make sure nobody gets forgotten. But let's go around and say our name, our title and institution, and what you are looking forward to in 2021 that didn't happen in 2020. I think we all have a lot of things like that happen that way. So I'll start us off. I'm Madeline Fitzgerald. I'm the manager of public programs at the Amon Carter in Fort Worth. I'm very much looking forward to all of the programs that were canceled that we've rescheduled for this year. But that also includes my wedding. So very excited about that. So next on my list, on my view, is Jessica Thompson.
Hey y'all, I'm Jessica Thompson Castillo. I'm the manager of team programs at the Dallas Museum of Art. I use she, her pronouns. I'm gonna answer the question in a weird way. I feel like 2020 has led me to really reflect on my work critically. And I'm kind of looking forward to applying that in 2021 and seeing how things change as a result of the pandemic and how we're thinking about how we serve our audiences.
Okay, Brianna, you can go next.
Hi, my name is Brianna Long. I am the membership assistant at the Meadows Museum, and I also just joined the Amon Carter's community team. And it was what we're looking forward to in 2021. I'm looking forward to seeing my niece more often. She just turned 1. I've only got to see her like 3 times in person. It's a lot of just waving to her on video calls. So I'm hoping I get to actually go there and spend time with her.
Bernardo, you're next on my screen.
Hi everyone, I'm Bernardo Velez-Rico. I use he, him pronouns. I'm the manager of offsite school programs at the Dallas Museum of Art. And it happened at the beginning of 2020, but I'm looking forward to seeing students in person again. And also just learning from them. I feel like all of this processing that we've been doing and talking about everything going on in our field and in our country, I've just been surrounded by the voices of adults around the conversation. So I want to hear from students directly again.
Megan?
Okay, hopefully you can hear me. I've been having mic issues, but okay. Hi, I'm Megan Krisnarch. I'm a gallery teacher at the Amon Carter Museum of American Art. What I am most excited for in 2021 is going back to buffets. I'm a big lover of buffets, and I've not been way too long. So that's what I'm really most excited for.
I love that. Melissa, you're next.
Hi, my name is Melissa. I am a teaching specialist at the Dallas Museum of Art for Family and Access Programming. I use she, her pronouns. And I first want to say I love Megan's response because that's mood. I also kind of along Megan, I really just miss going out and like being in spaces with people and having that energy. I love my 600 square foot apartment, but it's time to go. It's time to get out.
Erin Long.
Hi, I'm Erin Long, and I'm a gallery teacher at the Carter. And I am looking forward to human contact unmediated by Zoom or Teams or something along those lines. And to echo Bernardo, just that contact with students is, can't wait.
Excellent. Leslie.
Hi, I'm Leslie Thompson. I'm Director of Adult Programs at the Sid Richardson Museum. And I think one of the things I'm looking forward to is, seeing friends and family in person again and spending time together.
Marianne.
Hi, I'm Marianne Bonet. I'm the Director of Community Engagement at the Dallas Museum of Art. I use she, her pronouns. And yes, I'm very excited to be able to gather with others in person, especially our partners. We've found some workarounds with virtual programs and art kits, but it's just not the same. So looking forward to that gathering, hopefully being able to happen soon.
Colleen.
Hi, I'm Colleen Borsch. I'm Manager of School and Family Programs at the Nasher Sculpture Center, and I would love to get on a plane. That is something I've been missing. I'd love to get on a plane and go.
Yes, agreed, completely. Anna Smith.
Hey, I'm Anna Smith. I'm the Curator of Education at the Nasher Sculpture Center, and one thing I'm looking forward to is seeing three-dimensional artworks in 3 dimensions again.
Amazing. Anne Kinseth.
Hi, I'm Ann Kinseth. I'm at the Meadows Museum, and I'm just excited to see where this group goes. Like, the turnout today is fabulous, so I'm excited to see what happens with MER. On a personal level, I am excited to hopefully have some breaks from my children.
Monica.
Hi, I'm Monica Hernandez. I'm a bilingual gallery teacher at the Carter. I'm also looking forward to seeing little faces in our galleries and interacting with students again. On a personal note, I also want to get on an airplane, please, as soon as possible. First place I'm going is to Mexico to see my family because it's been too long. So yeah, that is what I'm most looking forward to.
Paulina.
Hi, everybody. I'm Paulina Lopez. I'm a gallery teacher at the Nasher Sculpture Center and a teaching artist at the DMA. I use she, her pronouns. I really miss wandering aimlessly in the library to find books I didn't know I wanted to read. It's been fun to use other options, but I definitely miss that kind of surprise tactile experience.
Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda Blake. I'm the Director of Education, Library, and Visitor Experience at the Amon Carter Museum. And I'm excited to have events that are bustling with people and hands-on things in the galleries again, and people just chatting with our educators. On a personal note, I am really excited for live music and going to concerts again.
Stacy.
Hello, everybody. I'm Stacy Lazad. I'm the Director of Adult Programming at the Dallas Museum of Art, and I pretty much what everyone has said already. I echo. I would also add for Madeline and Art, I know movies. Can't wait to get back to a movie theater again, in addition to concerts, buffets, art museums, etc.
Lindsay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lindsay O'Connor, Manager of School Programs at the Dallas Museum of Art. My pronouns are she, her, and I am so excited to plan a visit to a restaurant, hopefully sometime in the future. I love dining out. Definitely dreaming of going to Petra and the Beast in Dallas sometime.
Adam?
Hey, I'm Adam. I'm the community teaching lead at the Eamon Carter Museum of American Art. Would love to see faces, give hugs, and have people over for dinner.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. You got all rearranged on me now. Asami, have you gone already? Okay, good.
So hi, I'm Asami Robledo Allen Yamamoto, and I am the Community Engagement Coordinator at the Kimball Art Museum. And I'm relatively new to my job, so I'm very excited to actually be able to do my job with people because I don't know what that's like. And personally, I'm really excited to go see my sister in Colorado.
All right, great. Shelby?
Hey everybody, I'm excited to see faces just in general. But I want to go to a movie and I want to go get a haircut. That's what I'm most excited about, movies and shows. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Connectivity issues have been like my morning, so apologize. I'm she, her pronouns. I'm the Director of School and Family Programs at the Sid Richardson Museum in Fort Worth.
Thank you, Shelby. Cecilia, you want to go next?
Hi, y'all. I'm Ceci. I'm the education coordinator for school programs at the DMA. I'm hopeful that in this year we'll be able to see friends that aren't in Texas, to be able to travel and see friends that I really miss, and also dinner parties. I love hosting dinner parties.
These are all great ideas. It's just making me feel like homesick almost. Denise, would you like to go next, please?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Denise Gonzalez. I'm the Manager of Family and Early Learning Programs at the Dallas Museum of Art. And I guess like in the museum sense, I really miss seeing kids in the museum and just keep thinking about how much they've probably grown since I've last seen them. And I'm personally, Stacy, I'm with you. I miss going to the movies so much. I'm a big Alamo Drafthouse person, so I just want to safely sit and watch a bunch of movies.
Leah?
Hey, I'm Leah Hansen. I'm the Director of Family, Youth, and School Programs at the Dallas Museum of Art. And one of the things I miss most at work is giving hugs to toddlers and holding babies. And then something I can't wait to do again is go to Dallas summer musicals.
That's such a great answer. Virginia.
Hi, everyone. I'm Virginia. I'm the intern for interpretation at the Dallas Museum of Art. And there's a lot of things I miss, like seeing family is number one, but also like seeing hands-on materials in the galleries would be so nice. And I kind of want to jump on the library bandwagon with Paulina. Like I would love to go to the library again, like see books in my hands and see those hidden gems.
Okay, have I missed anyone? Again, you guys all rearranged, so I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody.
There's
amazing.
another Paulina.
Oh, other
From the
Paulina.
DMA. Yeah. Yeah.
You are not another Paulina, but you both are wonderful people. Paulina dos al terminal, can you please finish us off strong?
Hi, everyone. My name is Paulina dos al terminal. I use she, her pronouns. I'm the manager of community programs at the DMA. And I miss my grandparents. So that's like traveling to Mexico and visiting family all in one. And I also, I miss making art with little people in person.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That is all of us. Yes, this is like the biggest turnout we've had for a meeting in ages. So I'm so excited. We're all here. Thank you all for submitting the quick little survey registration thing. I think I've got planned for the breakout rooms. I've never done them before, but I'm feeling confident. So next on our plan, I have Brianna. She's going to talk about something that she's created for our little organization, which is a museum educators Slack channel.
Hello. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Just give me one moment. Here we go. Does that look okay? Okay, perfect. So essentially, the reason that we're using Slack, the idea is it'll be a good place to communicate, to share announcements, to continue discussions, and also share resources. Slack is free. Some people may be familiar, it might be new to others. We will send a follow-up email with a invite link so you'd be able to join ours pretty easily because we're also able to add people as well. So if you have somebody that you work with and you'd like to invite them, I can show you how to do that, but we'll also just send out an easy link and you can send it to them that way. This would be a landing page. If you do not have Slack at all, you're just going to go to slack.com and there's a little login. But moving past that, this is what it would look like once you actually get inside. And I am by no means an expert. I am still figuring out the best way to use it, but I wanted to share just a few tips and tricks. So right here in the top right-hand corner is your profile. This is where you can easily edit what your display name is, maybe share a little bit about like what you do or maybe your institution, like where you're at. And you can share a photo if you'd like, but you don't have to do any of those things. Another thing I think that's very important is to know this little button. This is help. If you're unsure about anything, they've got really cool little start guides and tutorials and things if you choose to really invest some time into Slack. Otherwise, there's this cool search bar. So as we continue using this platform, hopefully more conversation will be happening and files and maybe even videos will be shared and you can search them from here. Or maybe you've had a conversation with somebody that you want to go back and find that. You can look at messages. So maybe there was something that I talked to Madeline about and I wanted to find that. I could just find Madeline and then go into our messages. Or maybe there's a particular file that I wanted to see what it was, but I don't want to go searching and scrolling through all the different channels. You can search from here very quickly. Another thing that I think is important to know is setting this preferences right here. So what you do is this will be a little drop-down menu. You hit preferences and you can turn off annoying emails and those little like, dinging sounds. You can really customize how much you want to know and be involved other than having to log in yourself. So you can unclick certain buttons and you can mute sounds. This right here is like getting email notifications. I think it's probably going to be helpful to unclick that so you don't continuously get those emails. I'm sure everybody gets a bunch of emails every day. You don't want to add more. The two last things I'd like to talk to you about are our channels and then a direct message. So these are our channels. Think of it as sort of like a Teams planner bucket or maybe like a Twitter thread or a special file folder. It's sort of all of those things rolled into one. And each channel can be used a little bit differently depending on what it is. So in a little bit, you'll hear about our media club. And I just went ahead and created a media club channel. So maybe that's something you're really interested in, you want to continue that conversation. This is the place where you can see media club specific announcements, share resources based on that conversation, message the whole group. what's really cool about this little messaging system is, you can just type in hi, you can type in whatever you want that's relevant to what the conversation is. You can easily add a file. You can just copy and paste a link to a video, maybe a TED Talk that you saw. And if, for example, I was having a great conversation and Bernardo said something and I knew there was a resource that I wanted to share, but I didn't know what it was called at the moment and comes to me later, I can just copy and paste that information, and I can mention Bernardo specifically. So that way everybody can see what I'm sharing, but it will sort of draw attention to it. The other important channel that you might wanna, just keep on the radar is the general. That's where we're going to make announcements for everybody. So little reminders, maybe events that might be coming up, maybe sharing certain things from different museums, different events that we just want everybody in the community to be aware of. And so that's what channels are. And then the final thing is our direct messages. That's just a messaging system. It's really not anything wild, but essentially you can go and you can eventually, if it gets really long, you could search like who you're looking for, and your directory is going to be just right there. So that is all. I'm going to stop sharing, come back so I can see all of you. But yeah, so that is our Slack. It's not mandatory. It's just something we're hoping to be able to use to sort of streamline sharing of resources and being able to really continue conversations when we run out of time. But that's it.
Does anybody have any questions? I know I'm really excited about having this Slack as a good way to like kind of reach out to the hive mind when I have thoughts that I want opinions on and some help. We got a Facebook a long time ago set up. I think a lot of us are not on Facebook anymore. And I don't know if it was ever going to be as user-friendly as this can be, or as private as this can be. So I think that alone makes this a superior system. Does anybody have anything they want to add or questions? Cool. Okay, so next on our agenda is, was just teased a little bit by Brianna, but we have instituted a media club. Bernardo and Megan, you want to talk about that?
Alrighty, so Media Club, we are very excited. Starting at the end of February, we are going to be hosting small discussions that are centered around a group of shared readings, podcasts, any sort of media that you want to bring to the table. We're going to share reading those together and then discuss them as a group. So we're hoping that these conversations will be about 90 minutes. Very informal, just bringing your ideas and your perspectives to the table, even if you can't commit to a full 90 minutes, because I know we all have very busy schedules. Just an opportunity to come together and work through some of these topics that all of our institutions are dealing with and that we're also personally dealing with as well. So we are super excited for the first round that's coming up in February. And that was really going to be focused on the role of museums in addressing DEAI, or that diversity, equity, accessibility, and inclusion, just very broadly. So for this one, Bernardo and I have worked together just 3 readings that we can look through and discuss. And then going forward, we really want to open it up to the group, see where everyone else's interest lies, and just kind of source all of the mini brains that we have here for some new readings for the following discussions that we'll have throughout the year. Is there anything else that you want to add, Bernardo?
Yeah, no, I think that covers it. I mean, like, these kind of large general meetings that we have might look different each time. Maybe sometimes it'll be a guest speaker, maybe like we don't know what the format of each of these will look like, but we wanted to create a series of meetings where we knew that we'd be coming together around different resources that, we'd all come to the table having read or watched or heard, and that we could talk about. And so whenever Brianna sends out the link to join the Slack, if you're interested in being part of the media club discussions, and we'd encourage you to join that Slack channel, and we'll probably use that as a place to poll maybe like times, times of day or days of the week that would work generally for the media club. But once we do schedule those sessions, we'll send out the information to the whole group. But if you're interested, then you can join there. But yeah, that's it.
And using the Slack for the media club, that'll also be an opportunity to, again, continue the discussion. So we'll have that 90-minute get together, but if new ideas pop up or new resources following, then please feel free to use the Slack to share those with the group. And then that could also be used to potentially find new resources, new media resources for the following meetings.
Awesome. So I will probably send out an email to the full list, not just everyone who joined today, in the next week or so with a link to join the Slack. But Brianna, if you're able to put a link in the chat, that might be helpful for anyone who wants to jump on right now. That email will also include a media club info, and then you may have noticed we're recording this. We're not going to record the entire meeting today, but that way for anybody who just wasn't able to join because they had meetings and other commitments, they can catch up and hear about all the fun stuff we're doing. Okay, so at this point, I think we have kind of done all of our, oh, perfect. Thanks, Brianna. So the link to join the Slack is in the chat. So I think we've done all of our little housekeeping businessy updates. So as we mentioned at the beginning, we're going to do some brainstorming today. Bernardo, do you mind taking the wheel?
Yeah, so the board was talking about what we wanted to do with this first meeting. I mean, I'm sure it's no surprise that I think what's at the top of everyone's mind across institutions is DEAI, with everything that is happening, the pandemic, racially in this country, the inauguration, and everything that's happened before that. And kind of thinking about how we wanted to structure this meeting and kind of what would be maybe a useful way to approach having this group together. I took inspiration from NEA recently created an affinity space for BIPOC educators. And in one of those meetings that I joined, they had us go into breakout rooms where we had conversations around different, more specific topics related to DEAI. And these spaces were really an opportunity for us to generate ideas, brainstorm together around these issues that I think maybe give us an easier or more concrete place to start. I think DEAI is thrown around so much that if you have that as a topic, you could be talking about so many different things. It's not like a single topic. But so in like you saw in the survey that you filled out to RSVP today, we're going to break out into 3 different rooms around 3 different topics. So one of those is going to be anti-racist program planning and museum pedagogy. Another will be navigating institutional approaches to DEAI, and then also, generating buy-in. So whether those institutional approaches are happening or not, basically how to address that on an institutional level. And then the last one will be more focused individually around self-care and the importance of decompressing and kind of navigating trauma as an individual and an educator. So this is the portion of the meeting that we're not going to be recording. So we encourage in each of these spaces that you join to bring, and I'm sorry for these notifications in the background. Apparently I'm getting an email every time someone joins the Slack channel. So yeah, we encourage you to come to these conversations and be vulnerable and be open. Each of us, we're going to have a couple of facilitators from the board in each of these spaces, and we're going to be note-taking throughout the conversations, but we're not going to affiliate any comments to specific individuals or institutions unless they're positive examples that we want to attribute credit to. But yeah, we encourage you to be opening these conversations. Each facilitator will have a couple of guiding questions to kick off the conversation, but we're hoping that, we will all, as a group, direct where these conversations go. And what we're also hoping will come out of these conversations is ideas for topics for our future general meetings this year. So, we have this plan for this first meeting, but kind of based off of what questions, concerns, interests come out of our conversations today, we're hoping to plan out at least the next couple of meetings for our group. And we're going to do two different rotations of these breakout rooms, and kind of planning as a board. We were like, well, like a lot of these conversations sound interesting. What if we want to participate in more than one? So we're going to do two to also not kind of burn us out and have everyone talk about all three of these in one sitting. But we're going to do two different 30-minute rotations. So in that first rotation, you'll join one of these conversations. And then in that second one, you can be in a different group, and the facilitators in that group will kind of provide a summary and overview of what was discussed in that first session, so that you're also not starting from zero, and you kind of have some ideas to go off from, and maybe go a little bit deeper in that second conversation. So those notes from each of the different breakout rooms will be shared out to the larger group. So that way, whichever conversations you're not able to attend, you can still see some of the things that were discussed and maybe some of the lessons that we took away from those conversations. But I think that is all. Any kind of questions about the breakout rooms, about what we're going to be kind of spending our time doing with the rest of the meeting?
So based on what you guys selected, I've already divvied up the first group of breakout rooms. Some of you selected just one topic, and if you only did one, I have automatically figured out which one you're going to go in for the second one, just to even us out. Or if you selected all three, which I totally get, I probably would have selected all three myself. I've kind of placed you in whichever group needed a couple more people. So I'm going to be hanging out in the main room, so you can leave your breakout room at any point. Yeah, let's see if this works. You'll get a notification that says the breakout room will be closing at the last minute mark. So all of the board that are leading the conversations, let me know if you need anything, because I'll be all by my lonesome in the main room. All right,